I do this for a living. I know it's hard to believe, but I do. I travel all over the world, all over the country. In the UK, I travel all over the UK. I do around about 45,000 miles a year in the car. Obviously, I tried walking. I was late for everything, but you know, I've got to know the country, in fact, the world, very, very well. Just because I've done so much traveling, I've almost got a psychic sense of direction. And I've realized there's only two things you need if you want to have a good sense of direction. The first one is a good memory, and the second one is a GPS. Basically, if you can remember where you've put your GPS, you're on a winner. That's the way it works. But when I first started doing this, I didn't have GPS. When I first started doing this for a living, I used to have to use the old-fashioned system of unfolding a map on the passenger seat. Sorry, passenger seat. I'm over here now. That would have been out the window, pointless. And then you have the route drawn on the map. And you'd follow that, and then when you got to a town or a city, you'd use a guidebook to find your way around. That's what we used to do. We don't need that anymore. We've got GPS on our telephones. We have it on our cars. We don't need it anymore. But people still sometimes use it when they go visit in a city and want to have a guidebook to find their way around. I've got about 40 or 50 different guidebooks of towns and cities that I used to work in, and I didn't have GPS when I first started 20 years ago, so I used to have to use a book. And I don't want to throw them out. I don't need them anymore. They've all got memories. I brought 3 with me to try a little experiment. The first one I've got is an A to Z of London. If any of you have ever visited the British Isles, this is the most common guidebook that they will use, and the A to Z is probably the most common one, and A to Z of London probably the most common of all of those. And I've worked in London many, many, many times. Then I've got a Michelin guide to Paris in France, where I once did a show for the Paris Magicians. And I've got a sidewalk travel guide of Boston in Massachusetts, where I once came over here and did a show for some businessmen. Now, I want to try a little experiment, and I need a lady to help me, somebody who hasn't been involved just yet. This lady here with a lovely little scarf on your head. What's your name? Raven, excellent. Raven, would you just tear those books for me? Raven, would you just have a look at them and make sure they are what I say they are? In other words, make sure they are guidebooks of London, Paris, and Boston. Make sure that all the pages are different, all the roads and streets are different. You know, that Paris is Paris, Boston is Boston, London is London. They're just genuine guidebooks of those 3 cities. Happy with that, Raven? Excellent. Raven, if I asked you to choose one of those cities, I could make an educated guess you'd probably choose Paris. I'll tell you why. It's what women, ladies, would normally choose. Out of those 3 cities, they would normally, and I don't want to sound sexist, it's just true. You're like, you know, it's the music, the art, the food, the French accent. Oh, you know, hello, my lovely Raven. If you ask a man to choose one of those cities, we'd probably say Boston, because we want to drink beer and watch baseball. It's just the way we are. Okay? Just out of interest, Raven, if I said to you, which city do you want to go and visit, which one would you have said? It would have been Paris. Do you see how easy this is? It seems like I'm giving you a free choice, but I can tell what you're going to choose. So listen, let's make it random. Give me a number 1, 2, or 3. And again, don't rush it. Change your mind if you want to. 1, 2, or 3. Number 3, okay. Turn the books over. You will notice that I've numbered the books on the back. On the back of each book, there is a number in a circle. Can you tell me which is book number 3? London. Was that random? Yeah, I couldn't have known you were going to choose book number 3. If you'd said book number 2, would you have got Paris, and book number 1 you'd have got Boston. Excellent. So listen, hang on to London. I will take Boston and Paris back off you. Wonderful. Here's what we're going to do. In a moment, you're going to choose a random location in London. I'm going to try and tell you where you've gone. Okay? Have you been to London before? You haven't. It's a beautiful place. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn and cast my eyes askance. That is a medical term, meaning my eyes will be scantily cast. Could be over there, could be over there. I leave some things totally to chance. I'm a risk taker. While I'm looking away, Raven, I want you to open the book up at one of the map pages. Okay, the first half of the book. Don't open it up at the index at the back. One of the map pages. Now, if you're not happy with it, maybe it's too busy or too quiet, you can flick to a different one. When you find a page that you're happy with, Raven, I want you to start looking at all the different roads and streets. Now, you can think of a big street going through the middle or a tiny little one in the corner. It can be an avenue or a crescent. I don't mind. But don't choose a numbered road like we have motorways like M40 or M25. Choose a named road or street. When you've got one, Raven, I want you to close the book and shout, "John, I'm ready," as though you've just cooked tea or something sexual is about to happen. I don't mind which, to be honest. I haven't eaten tea. I will then turn round and attempt to tell you where you've gone, Raven, in the whole of London. Do you understand? Excellent. Raven, do your worst. Away you go. What she's doing now, she's looking through the book. She's finding a page. She finds one. She thinks, no, I'll go to a different one. So she does. Then she starts looking at all the different roads and streets. And she reads one. She thinks, no, I won't think of that one. I'll think of a different one. So she reads another one. Eventually she finds a road or a street that she likes. She reads it to herself. She reads it again so she doesn't forget, because that is almost as annoying as getting rid of an ace of spades. Then she closes the book and she shouts, "John, I'm ready." That wasn't tea, was it? John, I'm ready. Okay, let's get this finished as quickly as we can. Okay, you're thinking of a random location somewhere in London. Excellent. This is difficult. Because it's difficult, I'm going to try and get it a letter at a time. I'm going to go for the first letter of your chosen location. Imagine the first letter on a big white flag. Big white flag flying from a prominent building. The first letter of your chosen road or street. Ooh. 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 No. Reverend, I've written a letter on my pad for the first time in a nice loud voice. Don't tell me the name of the road or the street. Just tell me the first letter. What's the first letter? M. M, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. No, I actually got E. Was that the flag you were thinking of? It was a white flag. I got the flag. I got the flag. Come on. Raven, there's a few reasons why this could have gone wrong. First reason why it could have gone wrong, I possibly got a little bit of mental interference. Owen gets that. What I mean is, even though you were thinking of the first letter of your road or street, I possibly got another letter. Now, that's not too impressive, because E appears in a lot of street names. Second reason why it could have gone wrong, I'm not very good at doing the trick. Third reason why it could have gone wrong is you're possibly not very good at thinking. Let me finish. Let me finish. You're not very good at thinking of things literally as words and letters. You're an artistic sort of a person, aren't you, Raven? Yeah, maybe not so much now, but in the future. You're going to meet a tall, dark stranger with a set of crayons. What I mean is, you're much better at thinking of things as pictures. I bet when you go shopping, you don't have words in your head. When you go shopping, you have pictures. You can see the last few granules of coffee in the jar. You think, I need more coffee. You can see the crumpled up packet of cornflakes in the drawer. You think, why do I put my cornflakes in the drawer? You can see the 3 empty bottles of vodka in the bin. It's 4, isn't it? You think, that's why I put the cornflakes in the drawer. So here's what I want you to do. Raven, this time we're not going to do it thinking of words, we're going to do it with pictures. You're going to visualize the whole moment when you looked in that book. You're going to visualize when you started looking through it. And maybe you saw a page and you went to a different one. Eventually you found a page and you started looking at all the different roads and streets. One of them, for some reason, you decided to think of. There was nothing in the book telling what you do. It was a totally free choice. You close the book, you shout, John, I'm ready. I'm going to try and dive into your mind and pull out a thought. Here we go. Whole picture. Think of the whole picture. Send it to me. Whole picture. That's good. I can hear children playing. There's a school nearby. Ooh. That's good. There's a church. I can hear church bells. And a railway station. Okay. Raven, I've written the name of a location on my pad. It's too late for me to change my mind. I would appreciate it if you don't either. That does spoil the trick. I'm going to hold it out there, finger and thumb. I'll tell you why. I used to hold it here. People will come up after the show and say, John, we know how you do that trick. You've obviously got a felt-tip pen in your belly button. And when Raven says the name of the road or the street, you do secret belly button writing on the pad. Believe me, if I could do that, it's better than the trick I'm about to do. Raven, while the pad is held out there, finger and thumb, for the first time in a nice loud voice, would you shout out the name of the place that you went to, anywhere in the whole of London? Where did you go? Meadway. Meadway. Not Meadway Street, just Meadway. It doesn't matter. It's too late. Raven, did I speak to you before the show started? Did he give you any secret, special, magical instructions? Did anybody else come up to you before the show and give you any secret, special, magical instructions? No? I've got the wrong Raven. She could have gone anywhere. She could have gone to London. She could have gone to Paris. She could have gone to Boston. She made a totally random choice of book number 3, which happened to be London. Over 15,000 unique destinations in each of those cities. She went to any page in the book. She chose any road or street. You checked all the pages were different. All the roads and streets were different. We arranged nothing. She went to Meadway. I didn't stand a chance. I'm not Chris Angel. But I did write down here. Meadway, there it is. Yes! Yes! Thank you. Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.